Thoughts on overstimulation, overexcitement, and intuition, and losing touch with what really matters. If this video had to be summarized in one sentence, I would say chasing overstimulation and desires can take us away from clarity, wisdom, and peace, while simplicity and inner stillness can take us toward them. This is a video of a reading of chapter 12 of Tao Te Ching, and also a reading of some reflections and current takeaways. This is the Gia-Fu Feng and Jane English translation. And here is a reading of chapter 12. The 5 colors blind the eye. The 5 tones deafen the ear. The 5 flavors dull the taste. Racing and hunting madden the mind. Precious things lead us astray. Therefore, the wise are guided by what they feel and not by what they see, letting go of that and choosing this. And here's the reading of the current takeaways or reflections. Overstimulation. Overstimulation, which includes things like excessive sensory inputs and excessive desires, may reduce clarity and peace when it is continuous. When things are continuously loud, what's meaningful is harder to come by. Examples of excessive sensory inputs include endless forms of scrolling, notifications, video consumption, questionable information, and addictive entertainment. Examples of excessive desires include overexcitement, unhealthy ambition, and craving objects, power, and excitement. Wisdom involves choosing the inner over the outer, or inner peace instead of overstimulation mostly. Overexcitement. Overexcitement, which is basically when stimulation and desire replace stillness, completeness, and clarity, may reduce clarity and peace when it is continuous. Stillness or completeness, or inner peace, is a state where nothing needs to be added in order to feel complete. Overexcitement can lead to scatter-mindedness, reduced clarity or wisdom, and anxiety. Ways to manage overexcitement include the Taoist emphasis on reduction over prescription, removing excess versus fixing, such as, so these are ways of managing overexcitement: unattachment and experimentation. Don't chase or become attached to stimulation or to what amuses the eyes or excites the ego. Consider delaying stimulation. For example, if you have a strong urge to engage in an activity at a relatively inopportune time, consider delaying it until a more appropriate time. When in doubt about how to manage your relationship with stimulation, consider learning about it and experimenting, trying different things, and practicing mindful attention. Journaling your observations may help. Simplicity. Keep things relatively simple, as simplicity aids balance. Consume less, slow down input, and do what's important, not just what's exciting. Daily meditation. Meditation, silence, rest, and unstructured time can reset the nervous system and increase the probability of clarity and inner peace. Also, experiment with meditative or mindfulness practices, such as engaging in nature, going for walks, touching trees, and eating the first minute or two of some of your meals in silence without any screen or audio stimulation. Manage addictive tendencies. If you're addicted to an activity, whether gambling, porn, dominoes, etc., consider a 30-day dopamine fast, which Dr. Anna Lemke discusses. This involves refraining from the activity altogether for 30 days, allowing your nervous system to reset, and then resuming the activity at a healthier and more sustainable level of involvement. For example, I was addicted to online dominoes, sometimes playing upwards of 20 to 30 games daily, which could take multiple hours. I did a 30-day dopamine fast and now only play 1 to 3 games of online dominoes daily. Manage social media, smartphone, and email use. Use work or sleep mode strategically for mindfulness and focus. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Limit daily social media consumption and scrolling to a reasonable and sustainable amount. Check email a limited number of times daily, and overall do your best to use your phone as little as possible throughout the day. Lastly, intuition. Since our senses can fool us, it pays to trust intuition alongside our senses. Wisdom involves not clinging to that which can be perceived by our senses, while tapping into our feelings and intuition. Strive for non-attachment, which can render a heart as open as the sky.